Guys and girls, welcome to episode 4 of Beyond the Pump podcast. Today, we've got the first guest speaker, Mr. Adam Whitlock, aka Mr. LeSport himself. Ad, how are you?
Yeah, good, all good. Busy as always, but busy's good.
Always.
Busy's good.
Ready to go through some different questions about the gym?
I think so. Yeah, it could be interesting. It could be interesting to see what people want to know.
Yeah, we had a good response the other day. Obviously, put the question box up, and a lot of people that I coach, who obviously are members at the sport, a lot of people that just I know at the gym as well, were kind of like sending in responses. Some people who I don't even think are members of the gym as well. So it was, it was a good response, and I think an interesting insight into kind of like gyms in general. Like,
Yeah,
I
what
don't
actually
think,
goes on.
I don't think many people like have like a good idea on like what really goes into kind of like
No,
relentless.
because I guess members of gyms you just kind of turn up, you train, you do your thing, and that's it, really, isn't it? You have a bit of a chat with them, but you don't really understand what's going on. So
No, and especially like layer like the running and stuff like that, and obviously like keeping what you like planning and how you keep developing things. So I think
yeah,
we're going to get a lot of interesting insight on this, and it's one that I've been looking forward to.
yeah,
So
cool.
I think we'll start this podcast with just give us a little bit of an origin story on Le Sport. So obviously, like, how did it start? And then we'll kind of like go from there. Really.
Yeah. So, well, we've been going now for this will be 30 years in July. So 1996. So we started before I was born with my mum and dad, and it was a squash club because my dad was a professional squash player. So the gym back then had 7 squash courts. I might be wrong. It might be six or 7. And now we've got 1 because it's all gym space now. But obviously over the years, it's just changed. 30 years in the same building, but if you looked at it then compared to now, it's just completely changed. But we've moved with the times. Squash was massive back then with my dad, and now squash it's not really a thing. So, and the
No,
gym is massive.
yeah, the fitness industry, obviously, like even in our lifetime, has changed so much.
Yeah,
Even like myself, like Le Sport was my first ever gym. I joined there at 16 years old.
yeah.
I remember how much different it was, like the reception area, the layout of the gym.
Oh, yeah. If you've not been into the sport for the past 5 years, like
5 years, I'd say, yeah.
unrecognizable. It's unrecognizable, even maybe less. Like it's just changing all the time, and that's the thing with it. You don't really know where to start with stories like that because it's just changed so much.
So much. Even when I started at the sport as a self-employed coach and PT, that'll be 4 years in August.
Yeah, it's gone
That
fast.
like how different it is compared to then, though. Even
Oh, I couldn't even think. I couldn't even think
no,
what the difference is. When you first came in, I can't even remember. Like, what color were the walls? Like, I can't even remember. Like,
no. Well, it was like
what
20.
equipment was there?
It was 2022 when I came to the sport, and like even like how much the gym's changed out. Like memories pop up on my phone.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't even recognize the gym. It's changed that
no,
much. The equipment, the layout, the look, like you say, the color scheme, like everything is like
yeah,
it has evolved and progressed so quickly that it's
yeah,
been hard to kind of keep up with what came at what point.
yeah. Over the past, well, like you're saying, 4 years. How long you've been? That's like been the dramatic change. Anyway, you know, obviously at the start it was all squash for a good like 15 years probably, and everything probably just stayed the same because it was just a squash club.
So
And then as time goes on, it's just changed a little bit. But in the past 4 years in particular, 4 or 5, it's really kind of, the difference. If you looked at it then and now, you wouldn't even know it was the same place.
I think when we were speaking off air just before, we were talking about COVID being like a turning point, and I think like not only as a turning point for you as a business and as a gym, but I think the fitness industry as a whole, like worldwide, really online coaching outside of bodybuilding wasn't really a thing before 2020.
Not really, no,
So then
no.
COVID happened and everyone had to adapt their business by like going online.
Well, I think that's where online started.
I totally agree. And I think that's where the industry has just, since that point, health and fitness, mental health, like that has become such a focal point in people's lives, like physical health, like optimizing their health, being as physically fit and in shape as they can.
Yeah.
It's coincided with like the evolution of the gym, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. It changed the sport, and I think fitness in general through the whole world
Through the
has
whole
changed
world.
because online coaching, like you were saying, definitely wasn't a thing.
Nope.
But because of COVID, that whole you had the Facebook groups with like joint classes on it, and everyone's just adapting. Everyone's just doing what they could to stay fit during that time.
Do you feel like when COVID hit, like that was obviously the first time really that you had time to like stop? The gym was
Well,
closed and you actually had time to analyze like what direction are we going in here?
well, for me in particular, yeah, because up until COVID, I was playing football pretty, at a semi-professional level.
Mhm.
I was playing football 3, 4 times a week,
Yeah,
so the gym wasn't much of a priority than it isn't, or up until then.
yeah,
So when it hit COVID, made the decision to stop playing football. So in my head, I was thinking like, right, like now there's nothing going on.
yeah.
No one's doing anything. We're gonna flip this gym like upside down.
That's
So
exactly what you did.
yeah, luckily we could go in. Obviously, we could still go there. So
Yeah,
I was coming up with all sorts of ideas, of just what we could do, what we could change, and then me and my dad were just putting in so much work inside the gym
yeah.
to try and make it unrecognizable when COVID finished, because obviously we all knew it was going to come to a point where it was going to finish.
Good finish.
That when you come back in, it was just a completely different place, and we had different ideas, and it was a good kind of like reset
Yeah,
because you can get kind of stuck in your ways, and so can members of just being used to what's going on. But I knew after COVID it was going to be a thing of everyone was going to come in and they're going to be like, right, what's changed or what's new because of COVID. So it was a good chance to kind of be like, right, this is what's changed. This is how it's looking now, and this is the route we're going down.
yeah,
And even just simple things like people like you have to put your weights back.
yeah.
That's when that really that's just a little thing, but before that it was a struggle to get people to put weights back. But after
Absolutely.
COVID, it was like
So much easier.
we were on it. Everyone was putting their weights back where they belonged and keeping the gym tidy, and it was easy. So it was easy to just reset everything.
I think there's many things that make the sport like a really great training space and just place to be. But from both the perspective as someone who uses the gym as a member and as a coach and personal trainer, the mutual respect that all the members have for the equipment,
Yeah,
for each other, like leaving like equipment where it's meant to be, putting all plates back. I think that makes the environment and the experience in the sport like so much better. You do
one
hear a
hundred
lot of
percent.
other people talk about other gyms, and it's like, and not very often, but when I do go to other gyms, like it's a mess. Like there's equipment all over the place. It's a nightmare, and it does take away from your experience in the gym.
Yeah, yeah. But that's something that we try to do as well, where like because we run it, and
Mm,
a lot of it comes down to like where are things located. And that's something that we have to think about when we're bringing new machines in, or if we've got pin loaded machines, we've got plate loaded machines. Where are they placed?
yeah,
But obviously, because we've got so many, it's hard
really
to
is.
figure out what you're doing and what should go where. But yeah, well, I don't think I've ever been. Not that I go to many gyms, but I don't think I've been to any gyms around the world
Mm,
where the gym is kept so clean in such a big facility as well. It's not like it's a small gym.
No.
It's a massive facility and everything is respected. Like it's like everyone always says that everything's in order,
It is.
everything's clean, everything's tidy. But that's not just down to us. That's down to members being respectful of the gym.
I think that's what the sport has become now, though. It's become very much like a collective, and like the people do think of it as kind of like their gym, and they want to look after it. They want to keep it like in good condition. They want to keep it clean and tidy because it makes the experience of going to the gym so much more enjoyable.
100%.
I think everyone's on the same wavelength there. And I often laugh with people because, I've lived abroad, I've traveled a lot of the world, and I've been to a lot of gyms. And I say to people, like, you don't understand how good this gym is.
Yeah.
This gym does not belong in North Wales. This would be a gym that could rival any gym in like a city, in pretty much anywhere in the UK, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just because it's just because of the location. We're in Ross-on-Sea,
Yeah.
North Wales. It's not like a city. If you placed our gym in, you
Oh,
know, Manchester or
Manchester,
whatever,
London,
wherever like that, you know, i- people would understand that
absolutely.
how how different it is. Like we literally have the best equipment in the world
Yeah.
from all the brands around the world, but and it's all handpicked.
And I think the sport obviously gets that kind of rep of having insanely good kit,
Yeah,
but it's not just the kit. Like for me, it's the space, the environment. I personally really like that everything is kind of like segmented into different rooms. I'm
yeah,
not as much of a fan of going to gyms where it's all in one big open space. I'm
yeah,
not saying I
yeah,
don't enjoy it in a big open space, but I do think it gives the sport that unique feel that each room has kind of like its own vibe, its own energy.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
think
hundred
that gives like
percent.
a bit of a USP for the sport. I really do.
100%. There's so many different benefits of having different rooms
Mm,
because if you're someone that doesn't like being in a crowded room with like loads of people training, like you can probably go to a room and there's not many people in there. Or you
100%.
could go to one room and it's absolutely packed, or you go to another room and there's no one in there.
No, and like look at like one of the rooms that I think's been really successful is like the glute room. You know,
Yeah,
it's provided a space where, you when you go to that area, you just know that if you're doing a workout of that nature, like a decent amount of the equipment is going to be in that space.
yeah,
So you're not kind of like thinking what's available, what's free. And I don't know, just the whole layout of the gym
yeah.
just really works very nicely.
But in terms of that like kind of layout, like it is a glute kind of room, isn't it? But that's not the only glute machines in the gym.
No.
And for me, that's where that for me when you go to a gym and it just has like this is just chest.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that because I don't want like if I'm doing just chest on one day or if I'm just doing chest and shoulders, like I'm only staying in that part of the gym. I like me personally, I like going in walking about a little bit, like seeing different people.
Yeah.
Um
I agree.
well in our gym each room has a different vibe because of the graffiti.
Yeah.
Even some of the rooms have different music.
Yeah.
So it's like a little quirky thing that the sport has that no one else can really offer.
I think it works really nicely. I really do.
Yeah.
Um, and I think this was kind of like leading into kind of like my next question, which was like, what keeps members kind of like long term and coming back to the sport? And I think it's a lot of the things that we've been touching on here, cleanliness, all the equipment's like very neatly organized. There's plenty of equipment as well. So like some gyms you go to, they've not got enough like weight plates in a certain room. Like
Yeah.
everything has been like very thought out and methodically kind
Yeah.
of designed that for the user to get the absolute best experience out of the gym.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's the detail that actually goes into running the gym and laying it out and making sure everything's. You know, I mean, like I just think about it all day, every day, and
Okay.
if there's something that's not quite right, it's going to be sorted as soon as I can get the whatever I need, like it's ordered and it's done.
Yeah,
You know, a good one was like the weights discs. Like we didn't, you know, as we're getting more equipment, we are getting more discs, but then it's getting busy. You're getting some stronger people in, so then all of a sudden there's not enough. Well, there are enough discs,
of course.
but
Yeah.
at times there aren't. So now
Uh,
it's just like, right, we need overkill. So now we've got too many, but too many is better than too little.
Absolutely. And I think that also adds into that question of like what keeps members at the sport, once
Yeah,
we've kind of walked through the door. I
yeah,
think, the variety of equipment as well, like obviously with the addition of like the Hyrox room as well, which has been a
yeah,
really popular feature with a lot of members. You've got kind of like saunas that a lot of people really enjoy that
yeah.
kind of like have a session and then have a sauna after.
Well, it's just catering for. We don't just cater for one specific training style. We cater for
Yeah,
every training style, and we cater for every training style at a high level.
yeah,
No, nothing's done in kind of like halves. Everything is done like 100% or nothing.
yeah.
Um, that's literally how it works. Whereas if we're doing something, it's going to be done properly, and if it's not going to be done properly, it's not happening. We're not doing
Mm.
it.
And I think also what
So,
makes the
so
sport pretty special as well, like from my perspective, I get to see the sport from a pretty unique perspective as well, because one, I'm there so often, I'm there so much.
well, you see the
See,
discussions between us.
yeah, exactly. I get
You
to,
see the disagreements,
yeah,
the the different point of views between all four of us. It's a family run business. We all have, we're all pretty big personalities. We all have our our own spin on things, but
thoughts
that's
and
why it
opinions.
works.
Yeah,
But in terms of keeping members, there's so many different ways that I feel like we do it. And I
mm,
think a big one is, yes, equipment and cleanliness and saunas, nice showers, nice facilities, but just friendly, welcoming staff that are there all day, every day,
agreed.
that will help you no matter what. There is always someone there to talk to,
Absolutely.
and everyone's always got a smile on their face. And me personally, I think that is the number one thing over anything.
It is.
Um,
It's a very, very welcoming environment. And that was kind of like what I was leading with there, is that it's not a space for one type of individual as well. Like coming from my perspective, obviously being, a bodybuilder and a competitor, it doesn't just, it caters for people like me. Of course it does. The equipment's world class, the space is world class. But, lots of different types of people go there, with all sorts of different goals and, aspirations with what they want out of the gym. Like even like this morning, for example, there was obviously the class going on in the gym, and just like there's something for everyone in the gym, and I
yeah,
think
yeah,
it's really nice to see, and it's you've not got too much of one type of like individual, which it's nice because everyone then feels welcome and kind of like catered for as well.
100%,
Mm,
100%. And it goes. Our ages range from, yes, they go from a young age of 13, but we have a 94-year-old, and he comes 3 times a week, and he fits in just like everyone else does. And that just shows that, like, no matter where you are on your fitness journey, or who you are, how old you are, what you've done, like the sport will provide something for you
mm,
that you need and that you want. Um,
absolutely.
and I think that's the key for me, that why of keeping members, making sure people are actually happy,
Yeah.
because they know that there's something for them, and it's at a high level, and there's people there to help you, and there's always someone to talk to. I think
And
that's
not only
massive.
the staff, like you say, the staff being like very helpful, always on hand to help people, but I even think like the members as well. Like I've had people come up to me and they've asked me like, "Oh, are you free? Can you just kind of like show me how to use?" And like, if I'm free, like I'm more than happy to kind of like help someone, and not just me. Like
100%.
even like, just people that go to the gym. Like you can see that there is a real like sense of community and that's been building for like for
Yeah.
for a while now. I feel, and there's a lot of like
Definitely, there's no.
reality amongst the members as well.
I feel like everyone gets on.
Yeah, I agree.
Everyone gets on throughout the whole day. We've got, obviously there's a lot of members, but I don't
Mm,
feel like there's any kind of tension at
no,
any point in the day with anyone. I know
no,
obviously has, everyone's at their own individual, and you can have, you don't get on with everyone.
no, sure.
That's just natural. But everyone seems to get on in the gym.
I think everyone's
Everyone's
just
doing their own
tapping.
thing. Everyone's helping each other. You know, I, and that I think that's pretty unique. I don't think that happens in many places, not just in the gym, but in life. Like
Right.
it's hard to
Yeah,
come by that.
for sure, absolutely. And I think that
Yeah,
ties into the fact that it's what makes the sport feel so welcoming is that it doesn't matter what experience level you've got, it doesn't matter what your goals or aspirations are in the gym, like there is room for everyone in that gym. And I think that's a
yeah,
big part of what makes the gym what it is today.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
I think that covers nicely what kind of like always is going to kind of keep members kind of coming back and staying long term, and the fact that you're always developing the product, always like adding new elements, which I think everyone can't keep up with really, with
Yeah.
how fast the gym's progress.
Well, yeah. Well, it was like we said that's one of the reasons, but that's an obvious reason.
Yes,
I think the kind of reason of people staying and coming back that might get kind of lost is just the environment and the friendliness.
the atmosphere.
Um,
Sure.
but yeah, 100%. But like the obvious one is equipment, because obviously equipment is coming, like it comes thick and fast. There's lots of changes.
It is
Um,
second to none.
but
It is second to none.
yeah, but having said with the equipment, like, yes, we bring things in thick and fast, but we don't get rid.
No, no,
Nothing really goes.
no.
So it's not like we're replacing; we're adding all the time. You know, and I think that in itself is different in what keeps people coming.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because some people they might like really like a piece of equipment, and then other gyms they'll kind of like they'll get rid of it, and it's like, but some people really liked that.
Some people, yeah, yeah,
Mm,
and it's the same with me. Like yes, I'm the one that decides on all the equipment, and there's some that, well, I pick everything that I like, but
mm,
there are a few pieces in the gym that I don't particularly like,
sure.
but I know like it's so popular.
Yeah,
Like the Cybex hack squat, like I hate it. I hate it. Like I just hate it. I don't like anything about it, but people love it.
yeah.
So
Me being
so
one of them, I
so
was
everyone
hounding you for it.
everyone wanted it, so bring it in, and now everyone's using it apart from me.
Yeah, apart from you.
Yeah.
um, okay, so these two kind of questions tie together, I think, quite nicely. So we've been talking about a lot of it, how to build a successful gym. I think a lot of what we've been discussing is what makes a gym successful. It's the
Yeah,
people, it's the environment, it's the equipment, but it's not really the equipment. It's the people and the environment. I think that are the biggest
100%.
unseen things, like you say.
I think you got to have both.
Agreed.
I think you have to have both. If you don't have both, then you're gonna something's gonna something's gonna struggle. But I
Yeah.
think another underestimated thing that maybe people don't see is
Mm,
how much work
yeah.
and how obsessed that you have to be and
Absolutely.
relentless to like keep the gym moving forwards
Well, there's a
and
lot
not going stale.
that people don't see, isn't there? And
Oh,
what don't people see about running a gym? Because
oh,
for us as members, we just kind of walk in, we sign in, and then we do our session, and then we go. But the
yeah.
gym is
Well,
like open from 6 in the morning until
well,
late
it's
at
open
night.
7 days a week, isn't it? And
Yeah,
it's open.
exactly.
It's open long hours, so
Mm,
it's always it's always open. It's always
yeah,
you're always on call
yeah,
basically.
sure.
No matter what day it is or what's going on in your life, it is the priority.
We were
You know,
talking before off air, and again, I've got very unique insight into this because I am at the gym pretty much from like 6 in the morning till it can be 2, 3 in the afternoon most days. And obviously, I used to PT in the evening. I see like what you and your family do from a work perspective, like through the morning, like
yeah,
into the afternoon. and then the nature of the business changes completely at night, because obviously the peak hours are like towards like the evening,
Yeah.
and then the nature of what your job and the roles that you have to take in the gym completely transforms in that time.
Yeah, 100%. Like in the morning, it's more, it can be busy. Don't get me wrong, it can be busy, but you can get, obviously, other things are open as well. So if we need to sort things out,
Yeah.
that's the time to do it. And there's a lot of things that, do need sorting out every single day. Or not even sorting out, but we're just trying to improve, or we're trying to do something, or we're trying to think of a new idea, or we thought of a new idea and we're pursuing it.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
but then in the evening, you just all of a sudden you just become responsive to what is happening there and then, because it's like, you know how busy it can get. It can get crazy busy,
Oh.
and you have to react to what's going on. And there's not a lot you can really do. Like you can't go around and, for example, like you can't do any cleaning, you can't hoover or whatever it is. You just have to be at the desk, sign people in. You have to help them if they need it. You just got to be responsive to what's going on. And if you come at that time in the day consistently throughout the week, and you just see us chatting
Yeah.
and serving drinks, you probably think that's all we do.
Yeah. No, that's just one
You know,
very small part of like what I
it,
see.
yeah, all the work is in the morning. And to be honest with you, I'd say 99% of the work of what goes into the gym, of where these ideas come from, are at home.
Yeah.
So it does. The gym for us doesn't stop when we leave the gym. Work carries on when we go home, because
Of course it does.
there's things that need doing, and especially if we've got like a big project on our hands, we've got things to sort out. It's like you saw it. I think you saw it the other day when I was trying to sort something out with equipment, and it was just a pain.
Yeah.
And no one will ever see that.
No.
But that's good. You don't want people to see that. Do you know what I mean?
No.
But you don't understand that how.
The work that goes in behind the scenes for it.
Yeah, or like sometimes I go back to the gym, we close, and I go back and I'm hoovering.
Yep.
So it's, like I know it's dirty, so like you go back at like 9 p.m. and you start hoovering, because it's got to be ready for the next day.
So good to see from, and again, I have unique insight because not only am I a member, but also I'm self-employed out of the gym. It's seeing the care and attention to detail that your sister, your parents all put into the gym, and that, as both a member and as somebody who is, renting space out of the gym, is so good to see, and it makes you kind of like respect everything more, and you want to help make it an incredible space for yourself and then everyone else that comes through in it. But it all starts with the family and how you guys approach
Yeah,
running the gym, and I think
yeah,
that's very obvious.
and it all comes down to just work ethic,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't want to do anything else with my day.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's the only thing I want to do. Like all we really think about is how can we make this place better,
Yeah.
and that is literally 24/7.
People feel that though as well. I think that comes across because there's so much attention to detail in everything, like the supplements that you get in that are for at the desk, the equipment, the layout of the gym, how it's always evolving. You're always putting the consumer at the front of your mind. Like, how can they have the best experience?
Yeah, yeah,
I think that
and then
comes
the
across.
the other details as well, though,
Mm,
of like, so we've had like solar panels.
yeah.
The work that goes into that, putting 56 solar panels on the roof.
Yeah.
You know,
Huge.
and no one understands. No one sees that happening.
No.
No one realizes the work that goes into sorting that out.
Yeah.
And yeah, people might think, like, what's the benefit to us? But the benefit to the member is that we can keep our membership prices low
Absolutely. Yeah.
because of that.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? So, otherwise, maybe if we didn't have solar panels, our monthly membership, instead of being 35, or depending on what membership you're on, £35 a month, it might be 45.
Very
Do you know
true.
what I mean? And
Agree.
that's the little things that people don't really see, and they're not going to see. You know?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But I do think it's very obvious to the members like how much you all care about the gym.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah. We feel
and the
that
members
off the members.
that are part of the gym as well.
Yeah,
It's very evident that the members are the priority, and I can say that as a member myself.
yeah. And we feel that. You know, everyone's always asking like, "What's next?"
Mm.
Or "Are the rumors true?" Or people always
Well,
like,
we're gonna get onto the rumors. We're getting onto the rumors.
well, yeah, yeah. But people are always asking, nice things, and people. You can tell that people feel like we are trying, and that's nice.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, so this is a funny one. What is your biggest gym pet hate? There's lots of different angles that you could come at from this.
Yeah.
So you could be
There's-
talking as somebody who goes to another gym and like you're just,
yeah,
somebody, or obviously it could come from like the owner of a gym. Like give
yeah,
it from a couple of different angles.
yeah. So there's the obvious ones like not putting discs away, but it's obvious. It's obvious. No one likes that.
No,
Um, but as running the gym, biggest pet peeve is shouting.
yeah,
People lifting weights and shouting the house down, and it just being unnecessary. Like, there's no need. Like I've trained hard. I've seen you train hard. I've seen loads of top athletes train hard, and there's no need for it.
sure.
At no point are you telling me you have to scream and shout the house down. I just don't buy it.
Yeah,
And from a point of view of running the gym, when you're trying to sign someone up and someone's screaming, it's
distraction
difficult. It's difficult. Like that person signing up, like all of a sudden, like looking over their shoulder, thinking, "What the hell is going on there?"
for sure.
And it happens. It happens at every gym. It's
Mm.
I but that for me, shouting because I just don't see it necessary, and that's
I
the
think you're
biggest pet
seeing
peeve
it
for me.
less now. I think you're seeing it less and less. Like
Yeah,
you know, look, I'm a competitor and I don't really grunt or make any noise when I train.
no,
It's just something I don't feel the need to do. And, if somebody wants to say to me, like, I don't train hard, like, they're more than welcome to come and train with
yeah,
me because,
but don't get me wrong. Like I don't mind like a bit of noise.
oh, yeah, for
Like
sure,
I
for
don't
sure.
mind. I don't mind some like I know you're trying, so it's not a problem. But the shouting that's just like crazy,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like that's not even like a grunt of like that was heavy. It's just what's just happened. It's like someone's like almost being sick, or
Well,
you just don't know what's going on.
I think you're not factoring in how that makes other people feel in that environment.
100%,
Now, if you've got your
100%.
own gym that you own and it's a private training space and there's no one else in there, you go to town. You want to make as much noise as possible.
Well, you can do what you want, can't you? But I think when there's
If
people
you're
around you, you've got to be aware.
well, yeah, if you're in a shared space and there's like lots of there's people around, like I am aware of like how my behavior would make someone else feel. Being a competitor, obviously, part of what I do is like, you pose and you look at the way that your physique looks when you kind of present it. But, I'm not standing in every mirror in the gym like, posing
No,
and
no, of course not. Like,
that's
you're
like
not
kind of
just going
posing
in the
for
middle of the
people.
gym floor, taking your top off and just like
Exactly.
flexing with people around you trying to train. Like,
But the
there's just,
reason I wouldn't do that as well is because I would be very aware of how that could make other people feel.
yeah, but it's just no need, is there?
No, no, for sure. And I think
Um,
that's my thing with kind of like the making a lot of noise is that, like you say, like yeah, if you're training really hard, like sure, like you do let out a bit of sound, maybe for
of
example,
course, there's a bit of sound.
you're just not thinking about how someone else might like how that
100%.
might make them feel.
100%. Or
Mm.
like, think if there's a 18-year-old girl who's coming to the gym
Yeah,
for the first time. Just for example, it could be an 18-year-old lad,
yeah,
someone coming to the gym for the first time, and they're trying to get into the gym, and that's what they hear. Like for me, it's off-putting.
yeah. It could be seen as like intimidating, couldn't it? It
For
could.
me, it's off-putting, and it's a bit intimidating. It's
Yeah,
probably something that me personally, if I was a 16-year-old kid walking into the gym for the first time, I would be like, I don't know if that place is for me.
yeah, for sure.
And that's my kind of spin on it. And I know people like to make noise, and
Yeah.
we've spoken. I've spoken to lots of people
Mm.
over the years of making noise, and some people are like, "Oh, I didn't even know I had my headphones in,"
Yeah.
and they've never done it again. And some people don't like it, and
Wouldn't-
that's fine. But in our gym, that's not how it
No,
goes.
100%. And I
Yeah.
think, like, yeah, I think that is definitely, yeah, that would be one of mine, I guess. Another one for me, again, it's because it's how the gyms run. One of my biggest gym pet peeves is where you go to a gym, you're walking around, and say you want to go on a piece of equipment, but somebody has like left their bag by like a machine,
Oh
or
yeah, yeah,
a water bottle by a machine, and then all of a sudden they're walking over to you and they're like, "No, I'm on this machine, but I'm also on that machine, and I'm on that
yeah,
machine." I'm like, "Look, this is a public space. This is a commercial gym. You cannot be taking up 2 to 3
yeah.
machines in."
Dominating the
Yeah,
space.
that's
Yeah,
definitely a pet hate of mine. Like, I'm like, I understand that or they'll leave their bag on the next piece of kit that they want to bag. See, I'm like, no,
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
work that
That's
way.
that's a good one. Yeah, people at bagging machines with their like water bottle or something
Yes,
like.
that is definitely a pet
Yeah,
hate of mine, because I think, like,
yeah,
no, we're all in the same position. If somebody's on a piece of kit that you're waiting for, you either wait until they're
yeah,
done, or Le Sport is very well equipped with many alternatives, and you're just going to have to use
yeah,
an alternative on that day.
yeah. Or I'll tell you another one that I don't like as well. When you're on a machine and someone, but no, this might be the biggest one thinking about it, because it's happened to me. You're
Okay.
doing a set of whatever you're doing, and then during your set, someone's asking you how many sets have you got left
Ooh, during the set. Wow.
during the set,
Okay.
and then like you ignore them kind of on purpose, and then they ask you again. That is just a no go. Like you have
During
to
the set
wait
is
until
an
they're done.
absolute no go. If
Yeah.
I was like sat on a piece of kit and I'm between sets and somebody comes up to me and they
No,
go,
that's when you ask.
"Yeah, that's when you ask, isn't it?"
That's when you ask. But I was doing bicep curl like this,
No,
and I was about 9 reps deep, so it's getting difficult. How many sets have you got left? And it's like,
no, that is like that
yeah,
is like
that's
gym etiquette 101. Like, you do
yeah,
not ask someone while they're doing a set.
yeah. That might take top spot actually. That's not a good one.
And I think that is it for me. It's like the biggest gym pet hates or peeves is like it's mainly like gym etiquette. It's the way that you behave in the gym.
Yeah,
And I think, like, as long as you're like respectful to other people and you're aware of like what you're doing, how would you feel if that was like done to you?
100%.
I think
It
that
all comes down to
honestly,
being aware of people around you. That's what everything comes down to. All these different things. It all comes down to being aware of everyone around you and being respectful to them as well.
and
And
when
that's what
you're
it
in a
comes down to.
shared space, that you have to do that.
Yeah,
But some people don't want to do that. But you're in a shared space.
yeah. And sometimes you think, but do people? I don't think people realise that that's what they're doing.
Probably not.
Um,
Probably not.
I don't think people realise that it's kind of like I don't think you should do that. I just don't
Yeah,
think it crosses their minds. Yeah, but some people then you speak to someone and you say like, oh, next time can you just ask me after my set? And they're like, oh yeah, God, sorry.
yeah,
Or like someone's just kind of like, what?
yeah,
And it's like we're just on different wavelengths,
yeah.
it's just being respectful, isn't it?
And I think that's it. It's just respect, isn't it? It's just respect. And I
Yeah.
think we're very fortunate at the sport that I think pretty much everyone that goes there is pretty respectful.
Oh, I- I've never. like I said before, I've never been to another gym. Not that I've been to many, but I've been to lots of different ones, trying equipment and things, and I've never seen a more like
Respectful environment.
respect. Yeah, 100%.
Would
Like,
agree.
yeah, 100%. I've never seen a gym that's more respectful
Yeah,
than
I would
what we
definitely
have.
agree with that. I would 100% agree with that.
Yeah, like if you ask me now, I couldn't say that there is like a standout member that is not well behaved,
No, I
and
agree.
that's brilliant, and
And
that's what you want.
it's rare in like most gyms.
That's the key thing. It's rare. Like you probably go to most gyms, and someone comes in, and it's like, oh god.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's the feeling that I get. But I always like I just feel like everyone's respectful.
But I think because it's so well you know, it's so well kind of managed that you put your weights back. The
Yeah,
message is
yeah,
so clear and defined
yeah.
that the members, they understand and
But
they
they're
want to keep it that way.
well, you're aware from day one what like kind of the standard is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and if you do something that is not kind of following our gym etiquette, you're pretty much told immediately.
Yep.
Um, so then it's kind of nipped in the bud straight away, and that's great. And then it's all dealt with, isn't it? And I think that's what keeps the sport like at that kind of like high level standard.
Absolutely. And
Uh,
as the slogan says, set the standard.
That's it. That's it, and that's what we'll keep doing.
Okay, so next question. If you had to start again from zero, what would you do differently in terms of like setting up the gym? Or not setting up the gym, like yeah, what would you do differently, like in the earlier sort of time that you were kind of like progressing the gym? Would you do anything differently?
Um, right now I'd probably say no because we're at such a good point. I don't think anything that's happened. We're at this point now because of everything that's happened.
Yeah,
So I probably wouldn't change anything, but there's no like standout thing that I would change because everything or that we've done
yeah,
has been from a good, like, honest place of doing it as best as we can.
and it's worked.
Yeah, everything since really since I've been heavily involved.
Yeah,
Touch wood, everything has worked well.
the Midas
Um,
touch, the golden touch.
well, apparently so. But yeah, other than that, the only thing that I'd probably change is that I remember me and my dad painted the whole gym,
Yeah,
like these two horrible greys and with a bit of
mm,
red.
I remember.
And then like 6 months later, I was like, nah, and we just painted it like it's not black, but it's kind of like dark, isn't it?
Yeah, it's dark.
So I wish we just did that from day one because I've had to paint the gym twice.
Twice.
That's a lot of time.
You saved
But
a lot of time and effort.
yeah, that's probably what I would change. But other than that, nothing. I'm pretty happy with how everything has kind of evolved.
Well,
Yeah,
that's pretty good going, mate. That the only thing you do differently is like
yeah,
paint something.
yeah. No, yeah. Nothing else stands out because everything's. I think everything's kind of like happened for a reason, and that's why why the sport is such a good gym now.
Totally agree. What? So next month we've got the next big drop, which is the Atlantis order.
Yeah,
I think a
yeah.
lot of people are very, very excited about that. What are some of the standout pieces that you're looking forward to seeing in the gym?
So there's 11 Atlantis machines coming, and out of the 11, we've got everything that I've ordered in there is everything that I only order it if I think it's the best. So I love all of it. But the standout piece is probably the overhead tricep, the French press, because we ordered that the day it got released,
You did.
and we don't normally buy machines that we haven't tried.
Sure.
We don't normally. I don't think we've ever done that, apart from for this one.
This is the first one.
This is the first one, so you could say it's a bit of a gamble. But everything that I've seen from people that I like trust and opinions that I value are saying like this is ridiculously good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'd imagine we'll be the only gym or the first gym in the UK to have that.
Bit of an exciting start.
And the multi forearm. I think the
Yeah,
multi forearm is gonna
super
get
popular.
smashed. Like, it's 8 forearm exercises in one machine. I just think it's gonna get nailed.
It's not something that many gyms have really either, is it?
You'll never see a forearm machine, never.
No.
But you always see someone on a cable doing these like forearm like
More
curls
reverse
or with the
curls or
dumbbells.
yeah.
But this machine just completely wipes all that out. So yeah, I'm excited for that because it'll be a bit of fun as well,
I think a lot of people are excited for the chest press,
Yeah, the incline chest press. That's
the shoulder press as well. I think is going to be very popular with a lot of people.
yeah, 100%. They're two of the most popular pieces that you kind of probably see online from like
Yeah, I would agree.
fitness influencers, but we haven't got it for that reason. We've got it because they are
They're
so good.
very good presses. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. And it offers a different feeling compared to the other shoulder presses and the other incline presses we have. They're heavier in like different areas of the movement. You can probably rack them up a little bit more than other ones, but sometimes that's nice, being able to rack a machine up. Especially for you, like you in particular, probably able to stack them.
Yeah,
But
there's a very good chance. Yeah.
yeah, but for someone like me who does weight training, I'll probably be able to get a good few plates on it.
Yeah.
And like that's quite a nice feeling, You kind of
Definitely nice.
it's quite nice being able to like put all the plates on because it's not something that you normally kind of do,
Some of the machines are like the leverage presses are very heavy in the length.
Well, and that's it. So you've got different. You've got if you want something that's heavy, just go on. You've got which ones you need to go on. But on these ones, they're probably a little bit lighter. But the feeling of them is like same with all the Atlantis machines. Atlantis is probably like the smoothest machines
Yeah, the manufacturer.
you
Yeah.
could get. Yeah, they're so smooth. They're so well built. There's no kind of like sticking point in the movements. And we've spoke about before that if I was going to kit out a whole gym with one brand, it would probably be Atlantis.
Yeah.
But that's until the next lot of
which we'll move on to.
what's happening next,
But like with Atlantis, where you said like with the French press, it's the first piece of kit that you're buying, blind to a degree. But because it's Atlantis, it's just going to be of a certain standard.
Yeah. We're an official Atlantis Performance Centre, so we've got loads from Atlantis already.
Yeah.
And there's not one machine that lacks in quality.
Yeah,
they're all
every single Atlantis piece, to be fair.
They're all amazing. They're all well built. They're gonna last. You don't really get any problems with it. But the movement of them is just unique. They do some machines that you've never. Well, just like this French press, I've never seen a machine like it.
No, neither have I.
Never seen anyone do anything like this. Or we've got the seated leg press, which goes into a hack squat. Whichever leg press does that.
No, very true.
Or the seated lateral raise. I've never seen a seated lateral raise.
No.
All these machines from Atlantis are just. I don't think you can get much better, to be honest.
This is a good question with the Atlantis order. Where's it going? Where is this going to fit in?
That's a question that everyone's asking. Where does it fit? But it fits. It does fit.
You always find a way.
We always find a way. But it's going. We've got some glute machines which will go in the glute area. There is a bit of space in there, but we've put things around at the moment, so it's not. There's no empty spaces, but we can spread. It's all spread out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't want things being really tight. We'll never be that kind of gym where everything's like really tight and close together. We'll never be that. But we can move things around so it all fits in. Even if we have to put it behind the desk, it'll go behind the desk. But yeah, it'll all fit in. We might have to get rid of one machine, but it's a machine that we've been looking at getting rid of for a while anyway.
Sure.
So if that. Yeah, not that we do like getting rid of machines. We are going to try and make everything fit in, but if we have to get rid of one, which we might have to, hopefully not, then it's not too much of an issue really. But everything will fit in. Everything will fit in.
It always does. So I think there's been rumours, and I think we can have a little bit of a BTP exclusive here. Just briefly go over what some of the future plans for the gym look like with regards to the new tech equipment coming in.
Yeah, so new tech equipment is probably the best equipment that I have ever tried. I can't imagine many people listening or many people in the UK have ever tried new tech.
Nope.
But new tech, it's a South Korean brand. Um, it's really taken like America by storm. You know, I've been trying to get new tech to the sport for
We
18
spoke
months
about
now.
this. So we spoke about this maybe like a year or so ago.
Yeah, as soon as it was released in America, and luckily I was able to try some of it over there, and it was just like, whoa, like what is this? This is different.
This is incredibly exciting for the sport.
Yeah,
I don't think people realize like how big this is.
no, well, because we have so much equipment from so many different brands, you know, and we always say like, you know, this is the best, Prime's the best, but new tech is very new on the market, but
Sure.
it is unbelievable.
Mm,
And you know, we've ordered 14 machines for new tech.
14.
I don't think we've ever ordered that many machines from one brand.
No.
I think that's the most. Prime, we've got 13. Maybe Hammer Strength, but Hammer Strength was kind of just like, you know, to build a base
Yeah.
of equipment. So we've got a lot of Hammer Strength. So we've got loads of Hammer Strength, but in terms of, we're not building a base anymore. We're just adding because
Yeah.
we want the best. So
That's
14 machines from new
huge
tech.
move. Huge move.
Yeah. And then, yeah, probably the question is, where's it going?
Where's it going?
So, yeah, the final squash court will be gone. So there'll be a floor across 2.0. And then, yeah, that's where all the new tech stuff's going to go. And then we've obviously got underneath there as well, which we haven't decided yet.
No. Yeah. So that's TBC. That's to be confirmed in the future.
Yeah, because we don't even know.
No.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Like as the gym is evolving, you're not even sure like what's going to go down there, but you've got the room to kind of grow into and progress the
Yeah.
gym even more.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, there's no rush with that. You know, I really want this new tech drop to be like massive because I think we might be the only gym in the UK to have this many machines from new tech.
I would have
You
thought.
know, this is like a massive. Personally, like what I believe, like I think this is going to change gyms in the UK forever.
Yeah, agreed.
Genuinely, like I just don't think the the standard of their equipment, the how clever it is, and how you can and change certain things, and it's just so clever, and it's the best. It is the best on the market by a mile.
I think we're going to have people coming from far all over the UK to come and try out this new tech kit. I really do.
Yeah, yeah, because some of the machines, you know, like we've got the standing lateral raise. Like people have seen standing lateral raises before, but you know we've got a Panatta one.
Yeah.
You've got other ones like Arsenal Strength and the old Icarian, but this new tech one is just on another level.
Yeah.
Like,
Can't wait.
and
It's going to be incredible.
yeah, and I could go into the details of why it's on another level, but it's one of those you just got to try it. It's just unbelievable.
And
So yeah,
what sort of time frame are we looking at for this for the members?
so well, the floor is gonna start being built. Hopefully, it'll be done by July,
Okay. Cool.
July, August, and then the new tech stuff is dropping in August.
Insane.
So
we've
August,
got Atlantis in like April, May, and then we've got
yeah,
in like August and September.
yeah. So
Insane.
Atlantis is scheduled for the week commencing April 27th. So let's say May 1st. And then yeah, new tech August, probably August. I'd be happy to say, but yeah, that's it. The new tech stuff. I mean, that's so many exciting things, and that's only till August. Like,
No.
what's going to happen before the end of the year? Like, I couldn't even tell you right now, but something will happen.
2026 is going to be a huge one for the sport again.
Yeah, probably the biggest. I'd probably say the biggest.
Yeah, I would.
You know,
So.
if you go down the time frames of like big things happening, you could say like when we opened 2.0, that was massive.
That was huge.
Well, that changed everything, you know, the 2.0.
Yeah.
And then the prime drop of 13 prime machines, that changed everything, you know.
That's changed the gym 100%.
Not many gyms have prime, you know, getting the real prime stuff is difficult because we waited 2 years for it.
Yes, we did.
So if you want real prime equipment, not fake prime equipment, then you are waiting 2 years.
Minimum.
And I'm so glad we ordered it when we did. But yeah, but in terms of like the time, if you look at like the time frame of what's happened at the sport, I think this is the most exciting.
I think it's the most exciting. I think it's the biggest drop yet. I really do.
Yeah,
I think this is
100%.
sport on a level now that, you know, I just think, like, before I said it, this gym doesn't belong in North Wales. Like, this truly elevates it to, in my opinion, one of the best gyms in the UK, like, without doubt. Without.
Well, I'm biased, obviously, but I just think there's,
So am I.
yeah. Well, but the, equipment-wise, like there aren't many that have got the amount that we've got.
I don't know if them.
But with like the vibe as well, you know, the graffiti's changed a lot as well. Like the graffiti's like I love the graffiti. I just think it's so cool, and it just fits so well. And like, but with the new tech stuff, I think it's going to change gyms because I think a lot of gyms are going to want this new tech stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just like anything, like, you know, you're seeing more Atlantis popping up all over the place. You're seeing more Prime pop up in like the bigger cities. You're seeing more gyms now with graffiti.
Sure.
You know, I just think everything's always evolving, and I genuinely think on this one we will change a lot of gyms in the UK. Genuinely.
And I think, like you say, I think it's going to be a UK exclusive. I don't think there'll be probably any other gym in the country that has as many new tech pieces.
Yeah.
So that will make the sport a new tech performance.
We'll be an official new tech performance centre. Yeah, and likely the showroom.
Wow. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, for our area anyway. I know there's one in South Wales, but obviously that's 5 hours from us.
Yeah.
But you know, from what I'm aware, is will be the showroom in our area. You know, and that's pretty cool in itself. That
huge. It's huge.
You know, we're just a gym, but it's the showroom as well. So if anyone wants to buy new tech,
they're going to come and look.
They have to go to the sport to have a look at it, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, massive, absolutely massive. Well, it's incredibly exciting, mate. Like both as a member and, you know, a coach and PT out of the sport. I think I speak for everyone. We're like so incredibly grateful for this training space that you provide us all with. It's, you know, we couldn't ask for any more. And this latest drop is just absolutely insane. So
yeah.
You know, I think I speak on behalf of every member where it's like just the progression and the advancement just hasn't stopped. It really hasn't.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, we appreciate everyone. You know, without everyone, we wouldn't be able to do this.
No, for sure.
Because these are huge, massive investments.
Huge.
You know, maybe people don't realize how much equipment costs,
really
but these
don't.
machines, these machines from these brands, you know, they're not cheap.
And this is part of what we were talking about before, like what people don't see about running a gym. It's these kind of things, like organizing the equipment to kind of come from other countries, the finances involved, like the planning, the structural work to the gym that you're having done. Like it's huge.
Yeah. Well, like I said, getting this new tech stuff, it's been 18 months.
Yeah.
Trying to get it from South Korea to North Wales.
Yeah.
You know, like getting this equipment from South Korea to North Wales has been a problem. but it's happened. We've done it now.
So in August, it'll be here.
Yeah, it'll be here. And it's the same with Atlantis, getting it from Canada. It's,
yeah.
You know, luckily the guys that we deal with from Atlantis are really good with us, so that's pretty easy. But the investment of buying, you know, 11 Atlantis machines, 14 new tech, that's 25 machines.
Massive.
And we have to build a floor.
Yep.
The investment is not
colossal.
Cheap.
It's colossal.
You know, it's massive. And but like I was saying, without all our members, day passes, holiday passes, even secondary spend, you know, people deciding to have coffee with us, people buying their supplements from us or whatever it is, without that, we couldn't do this.
No, for sure.
And that's where all this comes from. That's from everyone just, you know.
But it's the reinvestment.
Members.
It's the reinvestment that the members, they see that their time and the money that they're putting into the gym is being used in the best possible way to make it the best product possible.
Yeah.
And we couldn't, that's why we just couldn't ask any more, because we're just seeing like that reinvestment. And, as somebody who goes to the gym, like you couldn't ask for any more.
Yeah. No, but that's what we want. We want people to feel like that.
Of course.
That's why we do it. We don't do it just because like I want the equipment. Like, yeah, it's cool, but
It is cool.
it is cool, but we want an amazing facility for Conway County.
Yeah.
That at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to provide. We're trying to provide the best facility we possibly can for our local area, and that's what it all comes down to.
You do that.
Yeah, and it's not down to like a personal thing of like we just want this. It's down to we want to give everyone in this area the best fitness facility they could possibly have, and enjoy training, because training is a massive thing for you, like health and fitness. Like, it's massive. It's the most important thing. I always say it to everyone. The gym is the only thing you can do for yourself,
True.
and it's for no one else.
No, it's just for you.
I can't think of anything else that's the same, where you can only do it just for you.
Well, I think that ties nicely into our closing question before we finish on the last section. So, if someone listening to this podcast wants to change their life physically, besides signing up to the Sport Health and Fitness and signing up to AJ as their coach, what's the first step that they should take?
Probably sign up with you first. You could get them to the gym.
Yeah.
No, the first thing they do is just not. I don't know. It's kind of I don't know, cliche, but you have to not worry about what anyone thinks in the gym. You just have to turn up to the gym, and you're doing your thing. Like I said, it's the only thing you can do for yourself, and it's for no one else. So you have to turn up and just be consistent in going to the gym and think, right, whatever your goal is, I'm gonna achieve it.
I think that starts with the environment, though. So, for a lot of people, they're only going to feel that way if they're going somewhere that they want to continuously
100%
back to.
100%, and 100%. You have to want to go there.
I think so.
Yeah, definitely. But even sometimes, sometimes you go to the gym and it's really busy, and it's not like you don't like it busy, but it's busy. So you have to adapt, and you just have to be persistent in what the goal is. And right, if the goal is to lose weight, right, I have to keep going until I lose this weight. And there has to be something like a switch in your head, which is just like, I'm just gonna do it, and no matter what, I'm gonna do it.
Well, one of the questions that I ask people when they sign up with me, when I'm just kind of like getting to know kind of like their situation, I ask them what gym they train out of, because obviously I need to know equipment availability. And then I ask them, do you enjoy training there? And they're always at first like, what do you mean? Do I enjoy? And I'm like, do you enjoy training there? Because if you don't enjoy training at the gym, like you're unlikely to kind of, if you don't like the environment you go into, because you're going to spend 100%. A lot of time in this gym.
100%.
Really like the environment that you're going into pretty much most days.
Yeah, like I'm pretty confident in saying some people come to our gym thinking like, oh, I'm looking forward to going because I get to chat to one of the staff, or I know this other member's going to be here at this time. I get to chat to him, or like, and I've seen so many friends made at the gym.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So many, like, it's unbelievable, and I think that is one of the key reasons why people keep coming as well, because they just meet people
that come into the gym just to grab a coffee, like just passing by.
Yeah, just to grab a coffee and just to say, just to pop in and say hello.
Hello and see some people and talk to people. Yeah. I'm guilty.
And that's
sometimes I'll walk around the gym and I'm kind of like done, but I'm just like talking to people, because I see these people every day. I get on with everyone, and I'm just kind of like just socializing with people.
They become your friends. Well, like I said, so the gym is our social life.
It is, because we're there so much.
But like, I love it. I wouldn't change it for anything.
No, neither me.
I wouldn't change that for anything. So I think in terms of that question is just that discipline of I've got to achieve my goal.
Yeah,
If you don't have that kind of like fire inside you, you're gonna find it hard.
I agree.
But other things around, like the environment and things,
Yeah.
can help. But it all comes down to discipline. You know, you'll have moments of motivation, but
Mm.
it's all discipline. Like how much do you want it?
But I think the sport as a gym has developed a really nice space that a lot of the people that I see go to the gym are very consistent. They do go most days. You see a
Hundred
lot of
percent,
similar faces, and so they're doing what they need to take those steps to get better. You know,
definitely.
but
And
it
it's just little
seems,
things. Like I spoke to a lad the other day, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm going to come tomorrow." And I was like, "But you needed to do this session we were talking about." And I was like, "Well, I'm going to be here first thing in the morning, so I'll see you then."
yeah,
And then all of a sudden, he felt the thing of like, "Oh, I'm going to have to go now because he said he'll see me then."
yeah,
And he turned up.
yeah,
He turned up and he said, "I was so close not to coming today, but I thought, oh, you're going to be there." So do you know what I mean? And
yeah,
that little difference is, you know, if he didn't turn up, you know, I wouldn't have been ringing him or anything, you know. But it just changed it a little bit for him, and that it kept him accountable,
yeah,
you know.
absolutely. And I think, yeah, I think, like you say, yeah, we need discipline, we need consistency, we need all those things. But I think what is not often spoke about enough is you need a good environment. You need a good training environment. If you're going to spend a lot of your free time going somewhere, I think you need to enjoy going to that place.
100%,
Because if you don't, I just don't think you're going to do it consistently. I really don't.
100%, yeah. And
And the
yeah,
sport, I think, does that very, very
I
well.
think most people enjoy coming to the sport,
I
like
would
you,
agree.
genuinely.
I would agree.
And I think if we go off like kind of stats, our active member rate is like incredibly high.
Yeah.
We don't really have many of the, you call it sleeping members, where they
Sure.
pay their membership but they
Never
don't
seen
come.
that.
But we don't have many. We don't have much of that. Like everyone's pretty active,
Yeah.
and I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that comes down to like the environment and people there.
Staff, the
You know,
people. Yeah,
like you were saying, yeah, 100%.
I agree. Well, that's a nice way to wrap up this episode, but we're going to finish it on a section that I'm going to start doing with every guest speaker, and that is pump or pass.
Okay.
So, for example, I'll say, say, for example, the first one is going to be cardio, pump or pass. So if you say pump, it kind of means like, yeah, cardio is a good thing. Pass is
Okay.
obviously like you'd swerve it. It's not for you.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. We need to remember I'm not a typical bodybuilder.
No, and that's
Okay.
it. And I think, the direct podcast I was speaking to you off air about before, like obviously me being a coach, being a bodybuilder, there is, the vibe of this podcast over time is going to be a lot centered around that. But I want different insights, like around just
Yeah, yeah,
fitness and the fitness industry in general. So,
yeah,
no, this is coming from someone who is not a bodybuilder, actually someone who is preparing to run a marathon. So,
yeah, yeah. I don't know why. I don't know whose idea that was.
so that first question should answer itself:
Yeah,
cardio, pump or pass.
pump,
Okay.
100%.
Next one: ego lifting, pump or pass.
Pass all day long.
Or
Pass,
pass. Okay, lifting straps, pump or pass.
pass,
Okay, yeah, no, okay, yeah.
pass. Like I like it. The four, you know, where else are you going to work your grip until we get the Atlantis forearm machine? Then maybe that'll
Yeah,
change.
there we go. This is quite an easy one for you. Machines, pump or pass.
Oh, pump.
All day
Most
long.
important thing.
Training legs, pump or pass.
Pass, pass all day
I knew you were
long.
going to say that.
My training split is arms, chest, forget the rest.
Forget the rest. Yeah,
Yeah.
to everyone listening, like I've said to Ad, like we're going to be doing a leg session together at some point in the future. He's not been very keen on the idea, so
And I think I'm ill on that day.
yeah, he
Yeah.
won't be in that day.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good one. Cheat meals, pump or pass?
Pump.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I still think about that pancake from time to time.
Yeah, you knew I was going to say pump on that one.
I knew it was.
I love a cheat meal.
Okay, so I've been speaking to you about this one a lot recently. Intra-workout carbs, pump or pass?
Pump.
Yeah, for sure.
Pump, 100%.
Anyone
Keeps
who's
you going.
listening who's a member of the sport, I made add order in cyclic dextrin. Now, if you are serious about your physique goals and you want to develop as much muscle as possible, then I would highly recommend that you start adding some cyclic dextrin to your intra workout drink when you're training with your EAAs. Your training performance will be a lot better, your recovery will be a lot better, the pumps you get in the gym will be a lot better. And it is available to purchase behind the desk now. We've got a couple of
Yeah.
clubs in, haven't we? Of that.
Yeah, we do it by the tub and by the scoop now. So if you need it intra workout, we can just chuck a scoop into your shaker, and yeah, that's all down to Alex.
Get on it, people. Get on it. I promise you, you will not regret it. We'll have to do this at some point in the future. I think this is a bit weak. 10K calorie challenge.
Well, pump, but I think we could do more.
So to expand on that, what calorie challenge do you feel like would push you?
Ooh. I mean, I can eat when I want to, but I think 20,000 would be like,
20,
I'd be bursting.
Yeah, 20 would be really. So if we're including foods that are like very calorie dense, very hyperpalatable.
Yeah, can we have like Nutella and peanut butter?
Yeah.
If Nutella's involved, it's game over. It's game over.
I think beyond 20, I'd start struggling then, I think, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think 20 would be a struggle.
The viewers are probably thinking, you guys need to test this theory. So
I'm up for it.
Once my shows are up, we'll have to vlog a 20 to 30K calorie challenge.
Oh, I'm ready. I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay. Gym selfies, pump or pass?
Pump. Yeah, love it. Make sure you tag us.
Tag the sport, absolutely. Pump cover, pump or pass?
Pump. Love an oversized t-shirt.
Yeah, love an oversized t-shirt. Love an oversized hoodie.
Yeah, love it.
Love a pump cover. Yeah.
Everything oversized.
What's that? Oversized?
Everything oversized. Oh, everything.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, this is a divisive one. Second to last one. Crocs in the gym, pump or pass?
Pass. Hell no. No, they do not belong in the gym. If you're wearing Crocs, sliders,
yeah,
you are not training hard enough.
No, isn't it? It's
not training hard.
No for me as well.
No. Hard no. No chance.
And final one, hiring a coach or personal trainer, pump or pass?
Pump all day long.
All day long, absolutely.
All day long, you have to. Yeah, but it genuinely is the most beneficial thing someone could do for themselves.
I think whenever you're trying to get ahead and you want the most return from your time and effort in the gym, because everyone's online these days, everyone's on social media. There is a lot of conflicting information. What am I doing things right? Am I doing things wrong? Just cut straight through all that by either getting a personal trainer to show you how to do the exercises correct and use the equipment properly in the gym. Or, like you say, once you've gone past that stage and you need more of a complete overview of like how to set up like training and nutrition and everything, then a coach could be a good move for you. But yeah, I think the people who invest in that are the ones who get the most out. They have the best experience in
definitely
in fitness generally.
Definitely, because like you don't need it forever.
No, for sure.
But that time period that you do it, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, a year, however long it is, like that could be the best thing best investment you make on yourself ever.
Yep.
Because talking to someone about how to perform an exercise for 2 minutes or a quick chat or just like a few tips, it's not enough. You actually need someone. You can't just fix it like straight away.
No.
It's going to take a few weeks probably. I mean, I remember when I first started training, I had one of the guys that used to work for us when I was younger, Toby, personal training me. He would tell me about my form all the time, and I'd kind of be like, "What's wrong with it?"
Yeah.
And then he'd kind of like make me watch it back, and it was like, okay, like, yeah, like I'm out of control, like,
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, that's the best thing that I ever did from a young age was making sure I had him personal training me.
And I think with the sport, there's so much equipment.
Yeah,
People coming in, like we said, they don't realize like how advanced this equipment is. Like it is the best equipment in the world.
yeah,
And so to get the most from it, you need to know how to program it, how to, with the Prime kit, like you've got the tutorial
yeah,
videos on how to load them. You know, there's a lot to understand in a gym like the sport where there's so much equipment,
yeah,
and you can just cut through a lot of the confusion by having a personal trainer or a coach.
yeah. Particularly with prime machines and machines like that. But yeah, the benefit of just having someone there, making sure you're hitting every rep properly, especially when it starts getting difficult. That's when kind of things start to get sloppy. Anyway,
Absolutely,
um,
absolutely.
you just have someone there to keep you kind of in check and make sure you're doing it safely at the end of the day, because the goal is to do it over a long period of time, not for 1 year. Like, you want to train forever, don't you?
Yeah, do it.
Um,
Like you said, it's a lifestyle at this point for most people now who go to gyms. They're not doing this to like get ready for a holiday and then they'll like give up afterwards. This is like a
no, it's
year round, 365 days a year kind of like thing they do now.
yeah. Well, and it's proven that, like, if you do cardio, you do resistance training, you will leave a healthier life.
We both know it never will be, but if Le Sport was open on Christmas Day, there would be people turning up.
Yeah, there would be. People actually ask, let me enjoy my day off.
I'm not working on Christmas Day. No chance.
Yeah,
No
let me have
chance.
that one day, just that one day. Yeah,
Um, yeah, I think that covers everything, mate. Thank you so much for coming on today and giving us all like some really good insight into, what goes into running a gym, what the incredibly exciting future plans for the gym are. And once we kind of get all the Atlantis kit and the new tech kit kind of like in the gym, we'll have to get you back on the podcast to kind of update everyone
yeah,
on how that
yeah,
all went,
definitely.
and kind of like share on kind of like how everyone's enjoying it and
Yeah,
how they use
yeah,
it.
definitely. Well, it's like we could just keep talking like this.
Yeah, yeah,
There's so many different avenues you could go down for these conversations, and so many different things that probably haven't said that
for sure.
people would find it. We could just keep going forever.
Like the listeners are doing well if they're still with us. We're 1 hour and 20 minutes into this
I
podcast
know,
now, so
we wanted to keep it short, but it's
we said like half an hour, and here we are, like 1 hour 20 later.
yeah, it's not. I don't think it's possible.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on today. And episode 4 is now wrapped up with Ad, and episode 5 will be releasing sometimes next week.
thanks for having me.